Hey y'all, I'm Todd Bailey.
What's up? It's Arie Lombardozzi.
And this is fucking Brewtal.
Get in the pit, stock up the fridge, and listen. We're here to cover the latest in metal news and craft beer. A match made in hell.
If it makes you bang your head, then we want to hear it. If it tickles your taste buds, share those suds.
Turn it up to 11.
Crack open that beer.
It's about to get brutal.
Yo, what's good there, Hopwolves? It's your boys, Arie Lombardozzi, Todd Bailey, back again, episode 66 of Brewtal Podcast. Let's get it. It's an exciting day for us here in the States. It's National Pizza Day, dude.
Yes.
So we'll get to that in a second because I want to talk shop about our favorites because they're a little controversial for some. I don't know. I don't think so, but for some it does. Yeah, dude, let's get right into it. How's the week been? We're recording on Thursday, so a little earlier than normal. But yeah, take me down a week in the shoes of Todd Bailey.
Well, I would say this week reads like a boring story, but that's okay. I've been kind of relaxing. It's been a somewhat normal schedule for my work. So I can't really talk about anything fun or fancy, but just been kind of cruising by this week, and yeah, that's all I can contribute.
Yeah, I feel you, dude. It's always really hard in the wintertime, especially when it's a blessing and a curse working from home most of the time. Mm-hmm. You're just indoors all the time, especially what we both do. You're looking at a computer all day, and this is an exception because this is fun for us, but it takes its toll for sure. So friendly reminder for both of us and all the Hopwolves, take some time to please get outdoors and have that mental reset because, it's really hard this time of the year.
Get some vitamin D from the sun, dude. Seriously.
Yeah. Can't emphasize that enough, like really on this good mental health journey, a forever journey. So keep that shit up and know that just like Toy Story, dude, you got a friend in us, but us, I don't,
specifically Arie.
Right. Check's boot has Andy written on the bottom. Be like, dude, what the hell? But yeah, okay. It's gonna happen. The boring weeks. I feel that for sure. I mean, mine's kind of been in the same boat. Nothing. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say anything not crazy has happened. I'm finally getting around. One of my biggest goals professionally this year is to finish up any projects that I've had looming in the background. And I don't want that to be a negative connotation because I very much care about all the projects, but it does get taxing knowing like that they're there and they're not done. But we're one step closer to Eerie Times, my short horror film that I did, finished up last year, like filming wise, but I made a poster for it. I'm getting it ready to send out to some film festivals. So I'm just really excited to see what people think about it. I've gotten some great feedback from yourself and a lot of my friends and colleagues. So I'm really proud of this one. So making headway on that. I was laughing not at you when you were talking, but what you said, because it's send one copy to the Eerie Times in an envelope that says for the mayor. So that's twofold of an inside joke, which Eerie Times is what the Eerie newspaper is called, and that's kind of like my own riff on that too. But for the mayor is from an episode of It's Always Sunny where Charlie dresses up as Al Pacino's Serpico.
Yes.
And it's just a great episode. So a lot of stuff going on there, but
crooked cops, man. Crooked cops.
Agent Jack Bauer.
Oh, my God damn you.
You are indestructible. If anyone hasn't seen It's Always Sunny, it's been around for a long time. It is a fucking hilarious show. So please do yourself a favor if you like that like really cringy kind of anxious humor like we do. Definitely check it out. After listening to us ramble on about pizza, beer, and metal today. Honestly, even better of a combination than just our standard pure metal. But let's circle back here. So it's National Pizza Day. I'm definitely getting pizza later. That's
Dude, same here.
no question. Yeah,
I already have it in my plans. I know where I'm going. I actually have a free coupon for some pizza. So what better day to use it than today?
Boom. Love it. Yeah, we got our orders ready to go as soon as Sky, my wife, gets home and we're done recording here. So I'm fucking stoked. But that begs the question, what is your favorite kind of pizza?
So for me, Detroit style, man. I don't know why, because Erie is not necessarily near Detroit, but in a way it is because it's all connected by the Great Lakes.
Right.
And I think our baseball teams, like we're the farm team for the Tigers. But
Yes.
besides that point, though, we've had Detroit style pizza in Erie, and I've grown up to love Detroit style with the little cups pepperoni that catches all the grease. Something nostalgic about it that I just love. I don't know, it tickles the fancy and the little kid in me to want that pizza, and that's my go-to.
That's what's up, dude. I think there's actually like a specific name for those type of pepperoni, but I can never remember it because my brother really likes those too, and he always wants that. So we'll have to look into that. But that's a great choice.
You're right. Yeah, I think you're right, and I just can't put a name on it. But
my favorite style is Chicago, and I wrote down love me some lasagna because that's what most people kind of call it, which they're not wrong. But dude, I absolutely love it. And fortunately in Indy, well, also like being in Indy for almost 4 years, we just never got around to going to Chicago. And it's like, it's not super close, but it's close enough. It's like 2 or 3 hours away. But luckily, like they had the main chains like Giordano's and Illuminati's in Indy. So like, we can still get it whenever. Yeah, for sure. And fun fact, you can like have it, you can order it, both of those, I think, and like they'll they'll ship it to you, like frozen and shit. But yeah, Chicago deep dish is my favorite and my favorite combo, and I will die on this motherfucking hill. This goes against all my Italian heritage, but I love the Hawaiian combination, pizza, pineapple,
dude, same here.
Ham.
I got my hand up. Same here, dude. I will die on that hill with you. It is the ham, the pineapple. Sometimes they add a little bit else to it, but if you want the OG, it's just ham and pineapple.
Dude, it's the sweet and savory. I'm such a slut for that combination in general. And also, all I can ever think about whenever I get this is the pizza song from Attila.
Yes.
And Franz saying fucking pineapple and going into the breakdown. Love or hate Attila, that's still one of the fucking best songs they've ever put out. It's so funny. So I'm going to be jamming that later while eating my Hawaiian pizza and loving every fucking bite of it.
As you should, dude. Yeah, man. My mind goes there too. It's just, it had to be put into words into a song at some point, and I think they perfected that perspective and viewpoint, even though we disagree. But
yeah.
All right, enough about food though, dude. This actually ties in perfectly with pineapple. Let's dive into our beverages. I'm gonna let you go first. You have the lower ABV this time around, finally.
It's always bound to happen every few episodes. Yeah, dude. I want to preface this by saying that not normally what I would get. I'm just going to show you because it's going to make more sense. I'm drinking Smirnoff Ice Pineapple Jalapeno. And that sounds lame as fuck. The Smirnoff part does, but it's actually pretty good. I had a few of these already, but here's the can for everyone watching, for everyone listening. It's very like, it looks very tropical, but like got some like Hispanic flair to it, and like the stylings. It's got your pineapple, and it's got like a lot of really bright colors. It's like a orange, yellow, orange, more so like a pineapple. Got some lighter blue on there, some reds. It's a very colorful can, and yeah, anything with the spice in it, I really, really am drawn to. And I was telling Todd our grocery store here in PA is Giant Eagle, or Oversized Bird, as we like to call it. Um, dude, they had a 12 banger of what's called the where is it? The Poco Pico pack, which I believe means little spice in Spanish. Not my forte, so I apologize, but I think it's something close to that.
I think you got one of the words right, because I know poco is small.
Okay, so we're like at least halfway there. This 12 banger, dude, was, I mean, it must not have sold well because it was five fucking dollars. Take that, Subway. Fuck your $5 footlongs. You don't bring that back. Pissed about that. Anyway, I'm rambling. $5 to the 12 banger. Couldn't pass that up. So this is part of the pack. Like I said, the other ones being the spicy margarita, mango chili, and spicy tamarind. Honestly, the only one that's not that great is the tamarind. It's a very weird like mouthfeel, and the flavor is just not what I was expecting. But the mango is good too, and the spicy margarita comes in third for me. But it's 4.5% ABV. I put the IBU as like -50 because it's not bitter at all.
I love that you did
that. Just to emphasize like how smooth and easy it is to drink. But I will say, after having a few of these, the spice does hit pretty well, and I'll get a sip here in a minute. But they say that it's a seltzer, which I feel like it's kind of sus. I think it's more of a malt liquor, but what the fuck do I know? I didn't make it. So we'll go with seltzer. And then Smirnoff, like at least this portion of what they do is from Plainfield, Illinois. So cheers. Let's get this National Pizza Day into better mental health for everyone this week and in the future. Spicy jalapeno pineapple. That was redundant, but here we go.
It's a very good offering to Amen Ra. I want to say Amen Ra, but I like to say Amen Za.
Yes.
Za, the pizza god.
Is that's who's been depicted all these years? That makes total sense. Yeah, dude. I mean, this is my favorite one. Bless Sky Soul for letting me have the last one. But I mean, it's really big pineapple flavor, and it's actually got some spice to it. I wish I could have just gotten like a 12 banker of like this specific flavor. Because the pack overall, I mean, if it's $5 again, I would definitely fucking buy it. But if I'm paying full price, probably not.
Mm-hmm.
But this one in particular, I really, really enjoy. So the Smirnoff Ice Pineapple Jalapeno, would recommend. Pack as a whole, probably not. But that's enough about my spiciness over here. We've said this before. I love when we're on the same page and we don't know it. Mm-hmm. So go ahead, please enlighten us with what you're drinking today, beer wise. And it'll make sense here once you explain it. My All brain is not forming sentences well today, so
that's please bear with, bro.
It is, dude. I got Za on the mind, and I can't fucking stop thinking about it.
As you should every day, dude. Yeah, this was not planned, y'all. We just happened to have the same flavors in our drinks, even though mine's more of a dessert take on the pineapple. So here's my can. I have the Upside Down from Martin House Brewing Company. They're out of Fort Worth. This is coming in at 6.5 ABV. It's actually a lactose sour with pineapples, cherries, and cake flavoring. Again, here's the can. It's so funny because it's kind of similar color-wise to Arie's can. You get the red letters, a lot of yellow, but actually the majority of the can, I would say like 3/4, is like a sky blue background with pineapple slices with cherries in the middle, almost like a wallpaper. And it's really cool. It really pops. I've had a couple beers from these guys before, and I'm super impressed because they're from the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and they like to experiment. They have a pickle beer, which is not for me, but I know a lot of people do love that one. But I just love that they're trying something new. Let's get one off the tip of my tongue here. I'm gonna raise the glass to show you. It's actually it's not see-through. It's a little murky. Again, it's a lactose sour, so you can't see through the glass, which actually excites me. It means to me that there's probably going to be a good punch of flavor there. If I smell it, dude, it smells exactly like an upside down pineapple cake, which is what they're going for.
Nice.
That smells really good. Hopefully the taste is exactly the same. I'm really crossing my fingers.
You haven't had this one, correct?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Definitely sour on the front end. But man, oh, those flavors are there at the back. And they're resting on my tongue too. So take a little sip, kind of let them permeate, fester, if you will.
Good verbiage. I really like the theme that you've had with your mixed 6-pack over the last few episodes. Like there's a lot of dessert and cake type deals going on. Which is cool.
It shows you how much of a sweet tooth I have.
For fucking real, dude.
So I keep smelling this, man. It's not losing any of its smell. It's not losing any of its taste. Each sip I have, it's very even after each sip. Like it's not going down or up, which is good. So it's very balanced.
Nice.
Yeah, I would recommend this beer, dude. I am usually not one for sours. It usually has to deal with a certain flavor I like, and that's pretty much this in a glass right now. I love cherries. I would say though, I don't get the cherries too much, but I feel like they are on the back end after you swallow.
Okay.
But the pineapple is there and the cake flavoring. And I think that's important because that's if you actually have the cake itself, that's the majority of it. Whereas it's literally the cherry on top is as much cherry as you're getting. So yeah, dude, I would recommend this. I would actually buy a 6-pack if they had them.
That's the thing about like pineapple as a flavor in general is like not only does it pair well I mean, you can have it by itself and that's good enough, but like it is a very like complementary flavor a lot of the times, and it also masks a lot of shit too. Like I remember drinking back in college like 151 a lot, and the only thing that like you could really mask that with was pineapple juice. Shout out Tech 9 Caribou Lou.
Oh, that's such a good beer.
Oh yeah, dude, I forgot about that one. Yeah, that was a pretty solid one. But I guess the point being is just that like pineapple for me is like one of my favorite flavors, and it almost like never disappoints. So I'm glad that it's coming through on your end. And like you said, that's probably the most important one. The cherries are nice, cherry on top, but if you're going for an pineapple upside down cake, like that would be fucked if it was more cherry driven than anything.
I almost think too they picked the perfect style of beer as a lactose sour. I just think that was smart, like super smart by the brewer. Yeah. Again, just to shout out their name, Martin House Brewing Company. They do really good things, and I love that they experiment on just crazy shit. Like,
yeah, that's what's up, dude. You said one of the things you want to see are experimentation from breweries. So here you go. You're picking a good one. As we continue to drink our beverages, and hopefully the Hopwolves are also enjoying something with us, whatever that may be, we're going to get into the metal headlines this week. And dude, I don't know if you've seen like much about the Blue Ridge Rock Festival, but holy fuck is it, dude, it's so hot right now. Hansel's so hot.
Great reference. Yeah, dude, I've seen a little bit about it, but actually you're going to inform me about this awesome lineup and who's playing. This is only a fraction of what to expect. So, yeah, get into it, dude. I think you covered a good chunk of it.
So I'm just gonna get right down to it. Meat and potatoes, you know what to do, Hopwolves. The reunions are probably like the biggest thing. So first off, Job for a Cowboy. We've talked about them a few times. Legends. They are playing for the first time in 7 years at the Blue Ridge Fest, and they also have new music coming out. So who knows what that means? Like maybe they'll play some of that new stuff. That would be fucking sick.
That'd be
But
dope.
it's just the fact that JFAC is back, and I've been on a big kick of theirs today. That's going to be a killer show for sure. And then in addition, we have Taproot, new metal titans, first time playing since 2013, and they're only doing it for one time. A lot of these, it's like reunions for the foreseeable future. Like this is it, one and done. Hopefully, like it reignites something else, and they'll want to continue to play shows. But like, damn, I've always wanted to see Taproot. That's fucking so sick. It's been almost, 10 years probably at this point, 2013, depending on when they stop playing. But we have them. We have the Color Morale coming back, which is fucking exciting. First time in 6 years. They're approaching their 10-year anniversary of No Hope, which is, in my opinion, their best album. I was on a huge Color Morale kick when around the time that came out. I loved that album, and the one before that too. Woe's Me, back with the original fucking lineup, which is so exciting. Coal Chamber is back. Flyleaf with Lacey on vocals, so that's another OG lineup. I forgot about this band, but we used to jam them all the time back in the day. Trust Company, another like alt new metal type deal from like mid 2000s. They were back, OG lineup, and then fucking Biohazard OG lineup. So like any one of those, as long as you're a fan, like would be worth it. I mean, I feel like a lot of the big drawing point would be Job for a Cowboy. That's a pretty big one. But damn, dude, I would love to see any of those bands, honestly. Biohazard I could take or leave, but like the rest would be cool. Continuing that, we have rare appearances from Finger 11. They're a Canadian band, and they haven't played in the States in a long time, so that's pretty exciting. The Ghost Inside, of course, ever since the accident that they endured back in 2015. They have been playing more often, but still, it's always a treat to see the TGI boys. I know, Todd, you've seen them. I have yet to see them. That's one of my favorite bands, so I would go again just for that. Then we have Electric Callboy with this is the only US festival that they're playing, I believe, this year. And then 1056 is playing their debut US show at the Blue Ridge Festival. Following that, we also have special performances. Cold, another new metal great. They're on their 20-year anniversary of You're the Spider, which I know, Dan, your brother, Polar Bear, that's one of his favorite albums, so that's pretty cool.
Dude, same here. I think that's one of their best. I mean, some would say 13 Ways to Bleed on Stage is their best one, but I really think that they kicked it up a gear on that one.
I agree. That's the one that like really got me into the band. So that would be really exciting to see. They're playing that in its entirety. Attila will be performing About That Life in its entirety. They're coming on the 10-year anniversary of that album, which is my personal favorite Attila album. I jammed that one the fucking most. Shots for the Boys, iconic anthem. And then we have Cavalera Conspiracy, which is Max and Igor Cavalera. They're going to be doing a special Sepultura set. They are two of the founding members of the band. And Cavalera Conspiracy like has some, like, them by themselves have some really fucking cool things. So that's exciting. And then Pantera is going to be one of the headliners. So like, this is just a small fraction of the fest. Like, they are still announcing bands. I don't even know like what else they can do. Like, go look at the lineup. We'll post it on the show notes, but it's fucking insane. It's going to be going from September 7th to the 10th. And this is at the Virginia National Raceway. The slogan that the festival created is created by fans, and they're doing everything they can to make this one hell of an experience. Like, they're even trying to work with lower price points, and you can also do layaway for tickets, which is really exciting. Out of all the ones that we talked about, like, who would you be most excited to see just off the cusp?
I would have to say either Trust Company or Taproot, just because when else am I ever going to see those guys? That's the thing. It's just
Don't
like
know.
capturing this moment in a bottle. I would probably put Taproot above Trust Company only because I like more of their music.
Yeah.
I mean, Gift is just a gift that they gave the world.
Still keeps on giving.
Yeah, I would just love to hear any of those songs, even their follow-up album, Welcome.
Mhm.
A lot of great tracks on there. Yeah, it would have to be them for sure, without a doubt. How about you, dude?
Yeah, I mean, Taproot would definitely be up there for me. The Ghost Inside, just because I still haven't seen them. 1056 would be dope.
Yeah.
But yeah, Trust Company, and also I would love to see Woe Is Me. That would be a lot of fun, and especially that they have the original lineup. Like, that's pretty fucking cool.
Dude, they have me on the edge of my seat on what they're going to sound like. I know they said to fans to listen to one song in particular. It escapes my mind which one it is, but it was with that lineup, and they said to expect that, but of course with some new flair to it. So I'm very curious to see what they're going to do.
Yeah, well, there will be no Woe at this festival. That's for goddamn sure. But we are already talking about this phenomenal lineup. Dude, I don't know. I can't get over like any of this shit. Like, it's pretty fucking cool. And this is easily like the best fest I've seen in a long time. But we got a lot of really great shit coming out that we can talk about today.
Mm-hmm.
And with that being said, because it is a day early from release day, this is what we have found. So not everything is out yet. And this is always subject to change. But Todd, why don't you lead us with the albums that are going to be dropping or have already dropped? There's some good ones.
Yes, sir. So I'm just going to read the list. Before, we have been mentioning like which ones aren't out yet, but by the time this airs, they'll be out. So we'll just kind of keep it to how the list is.
For sure.
Starting at number 1, we have Beyond the Grave with their self-titled EP. That is out. We have Descent of Man, A Cosmic Hunger EP. After that, we have Distant with their album Heritage. We've been waiting for that one for a while. After that, we have DRAGONCORPSE with their Dracoth Saga EP. After that, we have Hated with their 9411 EP. And then we have In Flames with Foregone. A lot of people have been waiting for that one. Those singles have been top notch. I think
some of the best stuff.
Yeah, I think that's why people are so excited. Or you put this band on my radar. Sales End. They're going to come out with their Live and Die EP. That single that we have featured on a past Certified Brutal Bangers was very good. So definitely check that band out. After them, we have Schizophrenia with their Chance of the Abyss EP. And then we have View from the Soyas with their Immaculate EP. We recently featured one of their songs on a past playlist. Last but not least, rounding it out at 10, we have When the Broken Burn with their New Era EP. Q1 of 2023 has been awesome.
Yes.
I seriously can't wait for that Distant album. But if I had to choose a favorite of the day, dude, I am obsessed now. Damn you, Arie. I wholeheartedly admit I don't really like this genre too much, but they're starting to change my mind about it. I am talking about DRAGONCORPSE. This is power metal fusion mixed with deathcore. What a pairing, dude. And
yeah,
I have been listening to it nonstop. The 3 singles they have out right now. Again, they're coming out with an EP, so I think there's at least 2 or 3 tracks. There's some interludes, so that's why I kind of am thinking about it. But I can't wait, dude. I don't know how to compare them to other bands, but like the vocalist sounds a little bit like Protest the Hero to me on his highs.
Yeah.
So go in thinking that. Again, I mentioned power metal, so go in knowing that there's a lot of power metal in this, but they go heavy, dude. And I think they did a really good job. Like, it wasn't just throw a section of deathcore, throw a section of power metal. It is fused as fused can be. And I think the end product is just fantastic.
I wholeheartedly agree, dude. Like, honestly, I saw this pop up a few times when I was looking up bands last night. I'm like, dude, this sounds like it's gonna be lame. And it is the polar opposite of that. It is fantastic. I would love to see more of this styling together.
Mhm.
And I think that Protest the Hero is a really good comparison. So if you're a fan of that band, they're not as techy and these guys go heavier, but like that's a really good like comparison there.
Especially
And
on the
yeah,
vocals. Yeah.
yeah. And I know I was telling Todd, this is like a super group of sorts, quote unquote. I know that one of the members from Beyond Deviation is in this, and there's a few other bands, but yeah, I'm super stoked for this EP. And yeah, I don't know. It makes sense. Like it doesn't seem like it would, but it fucking does, dude. Just like Hawaiian pizza. Same thing.
We're gonna
I'm
keep bringing it back. We're gonna promote Hawaiian pizza. Pineapple deserves to be on pizza.
It does.
And before
And
you even get started on the fruit shouldn't be on a pizza, what is a tomato?
exactly. No argument. Done. Case closed, motherfucker. So listen to Dragon Corpse whenever you're listening to this. After you're listening to this episode, get your pineapple drink, get your Hawaiian pizza, and you're in for a good fucking time. So yeah, I'm right there with you, dude. I had to go with Distant though. I've been super excited for Heritage. I love everything that band does. I love the lore. I love the musicianship. I love Alan's vocals. And I was watching the video for Heritage, the title track featuring a William Ramos. And dude, I got chills when
Same.
Will and Alan are screaming in each other's face, dude. Oh my God. The only other time I can feel like that happen was the signal fire from Kill Switch when Jesse and Howard
Yes,
got
dude.
on. It's not the same. That one has more like sentimental value, but like similar vibes. But yeah, dude, I can't wait to listen to Heritage. And yeah, stoked for this one to drop some plates on our asses, as David Draymond of Disturbed once famously said, even though he says that he didn't and that they weren't new metal. Listen to Disturbed's first album and tell me that they weren't. Liar. I'm sorry, David. Liar.
So much China broken. It's insane.
It is insane. That's our heritage right there, dude. That's it.
But yeah, dude, great albums to drop. A lot of EPs, I will say. I would say
Mhm.
majority are EPs, but let's keep it going. We're gonna cover our certified brutal bangers playlist. Starting off, we have the Atlas and the Ungodly Plague from Oracle Spectre starting off as number one, and this is featuring Dawn Parchment. This is an awesome track, dude. Already out. Go check it out. Just evil and brooding is the best way to describe that song. After that, we have Cold Blooded, which is a track from Fresh Wounds that's featuring Wretched Horror Scum. This one is not out yet, but I'm hoping they do drop it because the last Fresh Wounds track that we had was pretty dope, so it would fit perfectly in this lineup. After that, we have the band 12 Thorns, and it's spelled XII Thorns. Their track Edax Anime. I don't know Latin. I don't know what that translates to, but I'm sure it's something cool. But
Probably
heavy,
pineapple pizza.
probably. But they're heavy, dude, so they deserve to be this high up on the list. After them, we have CARCOSA, which is actually a Brewtal alumni here. We're pretty proud of that we got to feature music from them. They just dropped their track Born to Lose, and it is a heater. Just scorching, dude. I love the vocals on it. Just love them.
Getting hot and bothered just thinking about it.
Well, you're gonna be hot and bothered for about 15 more songs because after Carcosa, we have Brand of Sacrifice with their new track Dynasty. These guys can do no fucking wrong, man. They can't miss, can't lose. Yeah, just they're creating a dynasty right now, dude. Before our eyes. Like, watch out, Tom Brady, because it's the new one. After them, we have Distant with Heritage. As Arie mentioned, this is featuring Will Ramos of Lorna Shore. Just a good back and forth between them two. And Distant is just as heavy as they were before. After them, we have Veil of Maya, which may be their heaviest song since Eclipse.
Yeah.
I don't think any singing on this track. I don't believe so.
Nope.
The melody is still there, but it's primarily in the guitar. But this is a heavy, heavy track. Yeah, Mark is just a god tier guitarist, and he keeps it fresh. The band keeps it fresh. You never know what to expect from them. And then very happy with it. Again, the track is called Godhead. Go check it out. After that, we have the band Burner with their track Hurt Locker. Equally as heavy. After them, we have Suicide Silence with another song from their incoming album. This one is called Dying Life. I'm not the biggest fan of the song titles and lyrics, but they're at least heavy. Each song has been heavy.
Yeah.
They're up there in age. I know albums of theirs hasn't really clicked with certain people, including their self-titled one, but I think this is a little bit of a return to form in their sound, at least, but I don't know. It's still heavy, so we're going to include them for sure. After them, we have the band As the Veils Burn with their track Pesticide Psychosis. Love the name, love the energy behind this band. Yeah, something new for your eardrums. After them, we have the band Vengeance, which Arie's really turning on to me with their track Varicose. He said they reminded him of Justice for the Damned, and I have to agree.
Yeah.
Just kind of right in that pocket, some good hardcore elements scattered throughout. After them, I have the band Stitched with their track No One Likes a Rat.
Fuck that.
That's just facts, dude. That's true.
That is facts.
So go listen to that. This is kind of where I kind of lump together more of the hardcore sounding bands. After them, we have Judiciary with their song Paradigm Piercer. Just found out about these guys this past week, and some good old hardcore metal. After them, this is a Texas band. I actually think Judiciary might be a Texas band too. This one is called No/Suffer. So No Suffer. They're releasing, it might be 2 tracks because they've released another package of songs with a similar title, but this one is the Winter 2-piece. So that's either going to be the title of an EP that I don't know about or one of the tracks. So forgive me if it's the wrong track name, but I know they're releasing something, and I actually really do like this band. They are the equivalent of like mixing deathcore, metalcore with what sounds to me like the vocalist of Hellions.
Oh, nice.
And I love that mixture. Yeah, it was on my mind ever since I started listening to them. I was like, who does this guy sound like? And then it finally clicked. And I love Hellions. They're from Australia. Really good group of guys. So if you kind of want their vocal styling mixed with some heavier stuff, this is your band. After them, at number 15, we have Honest Crooks with their track The Sounds of Hell. Can confirm.
Love it.
It does sound like hell. After them, we have Scars of Oblivion with their track Supremacy. And then after them, we have the band Of Virtue. They're kind of up and coming. They just released their song Anxiety, but it's spelled out with periods, Anxiety. They say it often in the song. Funny enough, someone pointed out it actually makes me think of a track from Kingdom of Giants, because
I was waiting for you to bring that up.
Yeah, they kind of do the same thing, but this is very much more like the hook of the song, whereas it's buried in the Kingdom of Giants song. So either way, it's still good. I like it. It's very much in the realm of Wage War, if you want a comparison.
Yeah.
After that, we have Seeing Things. If you have listened to our last episode, they're dropping this on the 10th with their song Soul Killer. And it's actually featuring someone. We didn't know this. It's featuring Grapefruit Astronauts. So sorry, guys, on the last recording, we didn't know that from your notes, but that's cool. It's a cool collaboration. And they summed it up perfectly. It's just think of a song that exists in the realm of Cyberpunk 2077. It's got all those digital flares to it, but just as heavy. Great choruses. Highly recommend go checking out those guys. They're just doing something different and new, and I love it. After them, we have two more. We have Unity TX with the track World of Malice. And last but not least, I'm so glad you included this, Arie. It's fun. It's so much
It is
fun.
fun.
Definitely new metal-ish. There's some rapping in there.
I mean, it's like new metal, but like a lot of like hardcore, some beat down elements to it.
That's, yeah, what Arie said is way better than what I'm saying. The track is called, though, Fish and Chips. It's from the band Ite Bet. Love it. It's featuring Blaspheme of Witch God and Holden Zacharias of Delta. Talk about a couple names there. As always, though, begs the question, dude, what is your favorite song out of this list?
If anyone's surprised by this, I'd be surprised. CARCOSA for fucking ever. I'm born to lose my fucking mind anytime these boys release something. Obsessed just truly doesn't scratch the surface. I love everything that this band does. I love the lyricism, the musicianship, like the visuals, dude. As I've mentioned many, many times, it's hot today, so I'm not wearing it, but I would normally be wearing my CARCOSA hoodie that Todd got me. I live in it. I've said that many times, and Born to Lose is just a fucking banger, dude. And
dude, it shows you the train is not slowing down for them. And what's even cool, I saw today, one of the members is hanging out with Adam from Oceano.
Nice.
So can't wait to see what comes out of that, dude. A CARCOSA Oceano collab. Hell yeah.
Dude, I mean, the band aside, like Andrew Baina and Johnny Tardulo, their TikToks are fucking awesome. They're funny and like it's just a good time. And I mean, everyone, the whole band. I love seeing Cooper's stuff that he posts, and Travis is a phenomenal drummer. So I mean, that was a no-brainer for me, but it was, I mean, dude, fucking fire, dude. Veil of Maya, I can't fucking wait for this new album, dude. Like you said, this is the heaviest track since Eclipse, and it's cool. I know we've talked about this before, but like a lot of people, like newer fans, might not know like that side of Veil of Maya. Like before Lucas joined the band, there was no singing in there, so that's really cool, dude. Distant, of course. Brand of Sacrifice, of course.
Dude,
I'm obsessed.
Ding. That's my favorite of the day. Like Kyle is still the reigning Demon King.
Oh my god, dude.
And they're starting a dynasty. That's my joke, dude. Like I love to me, I love a band like this because they're utilizing the tools that are out there, especially social media and everything, to create a family, if you will, of their fans, the branded ones. I love everything they're doing. I think they're on the forefront of like where deathcore is projecting, where deathcore is going, and they're just keeping it fresh, dude. Never know what to expect with them.
Yeah, and the beauty of someone like Brand of Sacrifice, well, the band itself, but they are constantly doing things like bending genres, not just with their music, but like when they did Dark Bloom with We Came as Romans, like they have a lot of appeal for a lot of different fan bases, which is really, really cool. And we talk about this a lot, just like whenever you can kind of transcend genres, so it's more mass appealing. I mean, Brand of Sacrifice is fucking huge, dude, and rightfully so. We love them. I mean, when we first started the show, I think we talked about them for like a year straight because they're just doing some of the coolest fucking shit out there, and had the pleasure of talking to Kyle about a year or so ago, and dude's hella nice. He's easily like one of the nicest dudes in the scene, immensely talented, and fuck, dude. I mean, what more can we say that hasn't already been said? You said it best, dude. They're creating a dynasty. So I think we can kind of leave it at that.
Yeah, dude. So much great music dropped today, air quotes. We're recording on Thursday again, so this is happening on 2/10 when all this music, most of it, is dropping. But let's talk about the here and now. Who are we featuring today, Arie?
Dude, I'm really glad that we kind of got they're not straight back to back, but like pretty close. We talked about Sagan 2 episodes ago, where we were entering the roots of Proctor. So we're in Salem. We're returning back to the Salem Trials for the band Salem Trials. And dude, great track. Again, I sound like a fucking broken record. Love everything about the lore behind the Salem Trials. And I say that lightly. I don't love that it happened, but like just like the hysteria and everything that transpired because of a lot of like hearsay is crazy to me. So I love reading up about it. I love watching films about it. I love hearing about it musically. So that's what I mean. I don't condone fucking public hangings like that. Fuck that. But this band is another one that really like is giving you the immersion of like kind of being there. We're featuring the track Ashes and Ember, and the band lineup is Michael LaBelle, who unfortunately, but also fortunately, and I'll tell you what I mean by that in a minute. Like he's no longer in the band. I know we had corresponded with them, the Salem Trial guys, and they have someone pretty soon that they're going to announce. So that's exciting. But who you're hearing on the track is Michael. Also, I think this is a fun factoid. He was in a Skylit Drive on their last album as a guitarist and backup vocalist.
Oh, no shit.
And if anyone is familiar with a Skylit Drive, this is polar opposite of what that band is. They are screamo. I stopped listening to them after a while, but I mean, at least like the first couple albums are like the definitive like scene metal type deal. And don't get me wrong, I love Skylit Drive. I saw them at least once back in the day, and they were great. But again, that's just kind of like a fun comparison. But that's Michael. On guitar, we have two guitarists. There's Randy Messiah and Nick Baker. On bass, we have Brett Ridderford. And on drums, we have Zach Bray. As always, hopefully we are saying your names correctly, and deeply apologize for that if we messed anything up. About the band, Salem Trials is a group of 5 friends just trying to write music that we enjoy. Our vast differences in playing style and influence gives us a refreshing sound that we believe is a cut above the rest. Facts. We've recently been working with the legendary Josh Schroeder on mixing and mastering our material to help us deliver the quality of sound we are looking to release to the world. Our next goal, besides releasing an additional three songs before the end of last year, so this song has been out for a while, but we're very happy to revisit it, as anyone should, because it's a fucking banger. They want to do a full American tour this time next year, supporting some larger scale bands. So if I remember correctly, the song came out last May-ish, so like springtime. So I hope that with the new lineup that Salem Trials can, in fact, realize this dream, because more people need to know about the band. Because of note, they are from Canada, Ottawa, I believe. Again, I apologize if that's incorrect, but I'm pretty sure. So that would be sick. Maybe go on tour with CARCOSA. That'd be sick. So about the track, again, which is Ashes and Ember, Michael had this to say. He said that he tends to stay away from anything political, whether it be posting his opinion online or talking to friends or family. Nothing boils my blood more than seeing politicians lie to so many people. Ashes and Ember is a big middle finger to any president, politician, or anyone involved in any sort of government. The last few years with COVID, wars, and even history really shows how corrupted these people are for their personal gain. Again, facts. So I decided to write a song about how all world leaders lead us to a slow and ugly death, which is very, very brooding. Todd, I mentioned that before. Not with this particular band, but it is applicable to what we're talking about. And it is like, before we get into the notes, Todd, like it is really like the sense of dread. And again, like the brooding, like it's there. And that's the kind of shit that I fucking love. I love it in film. I love it in music. Anything that just makes me feel like just uneasy enough. I mean, more so, the better. But dude, sign me up. That shit is chef's kiss.
Yeah, man. Let's get into the notes about the song, because there's much to talk about, dude. Cool orchestral intro. And then maybe 30 seconds in, boom, dude, the vocals come in and just really sets the tone. The guitars just make this song sound so dark and ominous. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. It's just, it really puts you there. That's what I love about this. It's taking us on a journey. We've talked about this before, where bands can be cinematic, and it could just be little nuances like that that really create this atmosphere. And in this case, just this dread, which I love. Absolutely love. There's a creepy spoken word moment around 1:15 that just adds to the terror. It's almost like a lot of start stopping, but it's these build ups to these moments that I love. The screams, the heavies, they come back around maybe like a minute 40 into the song. There's some really cool vocal layering that to me enhances the evilness, as I like to say. There's build-ups, there's fade-outs. I just love that they aren't scared to slow things down, which to me adds to the ambiance. Again, just this atmosphere of dread. It comes and goes in waves a little bit. I really like the guitar around 3:15. It kind of goes along with the drums. I'm not good with technical terms, but it's kind of a certain way. Maybe he's picking the guitar with the drums. It's just, it stands out to me. Like, it just makes a great moment within the song. And then there's a solo starting around 3:40, just a solid addition to the track. It overall builds up to the crescendo of the track. And then the song just kind of fades out. And I like that it just fades out because, again, just with that dread, like it's just still lingering. Yeah, overall, man, I love this track. I love what they're doing with it. Just, I think it conveys what he's going for, especially with the lyrics. And I don't know, it makes you pay attention and it makes you want to know like what's next in the story that they're creating.
Yeah, I completely agree, dude. And I think you really summed up the song to a T. I mean, it's just dripping with the ambience and
brooding is
like
the word for sure.
Yeah, brooding.
When you said brooding, it's just like that permeates the soundtrack here.
Yeah, it really does, dude. And one thing that you had mentioned about like a lot of the start stop that they do, a lot of like, I mean, again, new metal we talk about, that's such a staple in that genre. And it's really cool to hear that because there's so much going on, like just besides that, like what the riff is doing, the layering, the vocals, like the atmospheric soundscapes and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. I'm just basically repeating what you said and really trying to convey, like, yes, everything you said is on fucking point. Brooding for sure. But not only brooding, let's talk about what I was going to say like brewing or some shit like that, but they're not brewing. What are they drinking though, Todd? Like what's fueling Salem Trials and getting this hella brooding, creepy, atmospheric track for everyone's enjoyment?
Here's what they had to say, dude. They said typically at our rehearsal, they have a mini fridge that you can find some easy to drink cheap beers like Pabst or Busch. Randy in particular likes iced tea. Respect.
Respect.
I can't speak for everyone, but I, Zach, am a fan of citrus IPAs or unfiltered IPAs besides your typical easy drinking stuff. Takes about half of every hoppy unfiltered IPA and half of grapefruit rattler, and he likes to mix those two and make a little combo, which is pretty tasty stuff. I'll have to try that, dude. That's interesting. Yeah. Usually you don't hear about mixing IPAs with stuff just because it's usually a big punch of a certain flavor. But kudos to you. Yeah, that sounds tasty. I am actually big on grapefruit as a flavor, so that's right up my alley.
Boom.
Beyond the drinking, though, they are also jamming some bands. So here's their list for our Brutalist, which we like to feature separate from the Certified Brutal Bangers. They have at number 1, the band I Am, who's from Texas. That's awesome. With their song The Iron Gate. Then we have Revocation with their song Maniacally Unleashed. Then we have Awaken Providence with their God Killer track. After that, we have Meyer Lore with Ashen Memories. Then we have the band Alt, that's with 2 L's, with their track The Deep Blue Silence. Then we have Stomb. I think that's how you say it. That's with those 2 dots above it. So maybe Stoom with their track Through the Cosmic Depth. After them, we have Fit for an Autopsy with A Higher Level of Hate. We have the band Vatican with their track Ultra Gold. Then we have Body Snatcher with Wired for Destruction. And last but not least, Spirit Box with Yellow Jacket. It's a good little mix there.
Yeah.
You definitely get some of the bands that you could probably consider to be influences of their sound. But I love that they threw Spirit Box in there. Even Vatican, dude, very highly underrated album. Ultra Gold for them. Funny enough, Arie was talking about Monsters off camera, and Ultra Gold is a reference to Monster. That's correct, right?
I don't know if it's like specifically for that, but they often would like post and joke. I think they even have like merch with like a gold Monster can on it.
Oh, nice. Anyway, I don't know. Solid track list for their Brewtal list. We love to see just the mixture of genres. Let's get into how to check these guys out, though. They are on pretty much anything you can think of, but especially Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and Spotify. That's usually where we find out about most of the bands that drop stuff. Most of the ad is Salem Trials Band. So if you're having trouble finding them, type out those 3 words. You should be able to get them.
I mean, what do you say, dude? Let's let the Hopwolves listen to Ashes and Ember and just enjoy the fucking journey, dude. Sit back, relax. Ashes and Ember.